what are your just initial thoughts coming back from Wisconsin?
We got better.
Mhm.
If you watch the first game that we played against them, they pretty much handled us very well. One of the few games all year that we weren't really in. I thought we competed at a high level. I think leaving that arena, I think Wisconsin and Greg Gard are saying, wow, man, they have grown leaps and bounds. And that's what we have to do. We had our chances. We had great shots, and then we had a costly turnover, and we missed some free throws. So we did a really good job on the defensive end. Lamar comes up with some big-time plays, 2 big blocks. Again, defensively, in the last 8 minutes, I think both teams, there was only 1 field goal scored, and that was on a layup by Pritzel, who ends up really being the deciding factor, because we did a great job, I thought, on Hap and Davison and Trice. Really slowed those. Iverson's been playing terrific. So game plan-wise, execution-wise, I thought we did a great job. Give Wisconsin credit. They came out and really won the game in that first 8 minutes, and then things kind of settled back in.
Do you view this last one as a setback at all? You guys have been on a really great tear, and then you go on the road in a tough environment, get very close. Do you view it as a setback?
I don't view it as it's not a moral victory. Let me just say that.
Gotcha.
No, we're not into those. That was year 3. We don't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm proud of the way we competed, and I'm really proud of our composure. They went up 5, and we just, next play. You didn't see us get rattled. You didn't see poor body language. You didn't see anybody panic. I thought that was really important. We have really grown up.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you want to be in a situation under 4 minutes to give yourself a chance to win the game. And we did that. We had multiple opportunities to succeed, and we didn't. So you learn from that. You practice today. You watch film. You see how you can get better, and then you go compete as hard as you can against Rutgers.
So how important is this week? You mentioned as far as postseason opportunity. 1-1 last week.
I think anybody would take 1-1 against 2 top 25 teams,
Mm-hmm.
right? What was Wisconsin? Weren't they top
19.
25? And we
Yeah, they
struggle
were.
at the Cole arena. So to see us compete the way we did and playing against a top 25 team, it shows where we are, where we're headed.
All right. So, what would be, I guess, your expectations this week? I mean, obviously, you guys want to win both those games. Did you talk postseason, or maybe the importance of the last 2 and going in the Big Ten tournament?
You know what? It's all for me. It's all about getting better. I'll give them a 30,000 lens, or maybe a view from there. Quick snapshot. Here's the snapshot. But this all can't happen if you don't get better today. So we got to continue, to get better. We got to continue to compete at a high level. Rutgers is going to be crazy. They're playing really good basketball. Just beat Iowa by 20. Pikes is doing a fantastic job. Illinois with a huge win last night against Northwestern. So good for those guys, good for those programs, but really it comes down to it's about us. It's about what we do, what we can control, and that's our energy, our effort.
How important is it this late in the season? We've talked so much about you having a young team, but they've grown up so much since then. How much do you focus on, relaxedness, outlook, rather than just, X's and O's basketball, or is that kind of more your philosophy anyway? Like, how loose do you want them to be this
I
season?
want them to be super confident. I want them to be fresh legs, fresh minds. We're only going real short today. It's really about film today. We're going to give high-minute guys a little bit more rest to make sure they're ready to go and they're fresh. But we're going to have some fun today. We're going to do some different things. But I want to keep them loose. I want to keep them confident, and I want to keep moving them in the right direction to find success.
All right, so you got your final home game coming up later this week. I know you don't want to look ahead past Rutgers, but when it comes to saying goodbye to seniors, I mean, how does that feel?
Senior day is always the most challenging day for everybody, not just the kids and their families, but it's for the coaches and the team, because everybody's invested so much time and effort and love and care into this program, especially at Josh Reeves. So it's going to be a challenge, obviously, for him that day. But he knows once you put the uniform on, once the ball goes up, it's about playing Penn State basketball. But he's meant so much to this program, and so is Davis. I mean, Davis has stuck it out when, you know, and everybody was transferring. He stayed with us, stayed the course. There's something to be said for a kid like Davis, too. And he always shows up every day and practices as hard as we can. And I think that's one of the reasons that we're still playing so well. And I keep saying we're only scratching the surface on how good we can be. Some other teams, this is how good they can be, and they're not going to get any better. Well, we can get a lot better, and it's because of guys like Davis and DK and Kyle McCluskey and Isaiah Brockington and MJ who are pushing these guys in practice. So senior day is going to be a tough day for everybody, but hopefully, you know, we remember, you know, we got to compete. And we're doing a little something different. We're going to do the senior day after the game.
Oh,
So hopefully fans can stay around. We'll broadcast that out. I know PJ and Rose have already been talking about that, but we're going to do it after the game, and maybe Josh Reeves can say a couple words.
So, what sets Josh apart? Like, he seems to just have this, like, this point of caring, like he cares so much about, it almost seems like every possession. And we talked earlier in the season about how, you know, he had a larger role this year, and, you know, how he went through a rough patch, but he seems to really have come into his own. Do you think it's that passion that he has that would be maybe a separate factor, or do you see something else?
No, it's his passion, but his love for Penn State and Penn State basketball. I mean, he came here the day after graduation, hasn't left. You know, pretty remarkable what he's meant to our program and the community. So, you know, his passion, his energy really can lead us to runs, you know, and it really helps in practice too, because every day he shows up. I'm trying to give him a day off today. He wants to practice. So that's the type of kid he is.